Hello, everyone. So for this week, I wanted to add in a little kind of activity, call it experiment, where we take a look at the beaks of birds. So from the readings, you saw one of the common things sort of looking at that Darwin saw was how different birds have different beaks, and a lot of it depends on where they live and what they're eating. So what we're going to do, is here are some examples of what beaks may look like. Is there's a little reading on this to do, so you can go ahead and go through and read that, and then which talks about birds. And here's a good example. So these are all different finches. They're all related, and they all live on the Galapagos Islands. So they all have different islands, and you can see how they all have different beaks, and the different beaks go with what they would eat. So here's this nice small beak. Probably maybe eats like really small seeds, maybe like a sunflower seed if you think about that kind of a small seed. Then you have this bird, which has a nice big beak, which that might be, a more powerful, that could cracks a seed that might have a shell on it. So that allows these four birds to live in the same area because they won't be fighting for food. If this guy's eating teeny tiny seeds and this guy's eating big seeds, they're eating different foods. So they're not fighting for food. And then you got these guys, which are in between. So that sort of shows how, different birds, they have the different beaks, and that allows them to live in the same areas because they're not fighting for food. So as we go through and you keep reading, you'll learn more about the different birds and how it looks. Some good vocab in there about variation. So variation is different. So it's talking about the variation within the bird beaks. So what the part of the activity is, I want you guys to, and this is something you do around your house, just what you have. Maybe it's paper, Legos, or you can even just draw something. But I want you to sort of design a bird beak. And then I want you to think about what that bird beak would be used for. So the first part is designing a bird beak. So here's an example, a picture of there's some things around your house that you could use to make a bird beak. So I want you to create a bird's beak. You can use anything around the house. So you can, if you don't even have anything to make something out of it, you can draw a picture of what that bird beak would look like. And then what I want you to do is there's 3 questions that go with that first part. So the first part is obviously you're going to create it or take a picture of it. And then you can you can add it. You could possibly add it into here where you insert image, and that's from your computer or even from your camera. You could just take a camera and insert it right in if you're using your phone. Or in the Google Classroom part, you can add it as an attachment. So that's the first part, is creating it. And then there's 2 more questions go with it. Why did you create the beak you did? So what ideas went into your creation when you made your beak? And then the third question here is more of a research type question. And then what kind of bird in nature does your beak resemble? So if we think about like an eagle has a nice sharp beak, that's because it eats animals and needs to be able to bite into animals. So if you made something that's sharp, is it like an eagle's beak? So just try to think about what kind of bird in nature has the same beak as you. And then the second part is sort of to test your beak. So I want you to, if you made a beak that was able to pick up small things, if you go around your house, are you able to pick up small things with it? So try to test that out. So, what kind of things were you able to pick up around the house? What kind of things were you not able to pick up around your house? And then, so that final part is, so if this beak was real, what kind of food would it eat? So what would that, bird eat if that had that type of beak that you made? So that's what I want you guys to work on. I want you to have fun with it. I'm just trying to, make this sort of creative, something different for you guys to do this week. And you got, this isn't due till Friday, so take your time with it. If you have any questions about it, make sure you pop into, my office hours on Tuesday and Thursday at 11:30. I can help you a little bit with it if you need it. But this is something just to have fun with. The finch's beak is a popular topic for evolution because that's what Darwin, when he did his research, he looked at. And this is similar to a lab that if we were in school that we would be doing, where we would take a look at different beaks. So good luck. And if you have any questions, let me know.